Have you ever heard a story so strange, so chilling, that it defies all logical explanation? This is one of those stories. In the winter of 1959, 9 experienced hikers ventured into the Ural Mountains of Russia. They were young, strong, and prepared for the harsh conditions. But they never returned. What rescuers found weeks later was a scene of pure horror and utter confusion. Their tent, their only shelter from the brutal -30°C temperatures, had been sliced open from the inside. The hikers had fled, some of them barefoot and wearing only their night clothes, into the unforgiving wilderness. Why would they do that? Why would they abandon the safety of their tent for a certain death in the freezing darkness? The first 2 bodies were found by a cedar tree, nearly a mile from the camp. They were dressed only in their underwear. 3 more were discovered between the tree and the tent, seemingly crawling back towards the camp they had so desperately fled. The mystery only deepened when the remaining 4 hikers were found 2 months later, buried under more than 10 feet of snow in a ravine. This is where the story takes an even darker turn. These 4 had suffered catastrophic injuries. 1 had a fractured skull, 2 had major chest fractures, and 1 was missing her tongue, eyes, and part of her lips. Yet strangely, their bodies showed no external signs of a struggle, no bruises or soft tissue damage that would normally accompany such severe trauma. The force required to cause these injuries was compared to that of a car crash. So, what happened to them? The official Soviet investigation simply concluded that the hikers died from a compelling natural force. But that vague explanation has never satisfied anyone. Over the decades, countless theories have emerged, each trying to piece together this terrifying puzzle. Was it an avalanche? This is the most widely accepted scientific theory today. A specific type of avalanche, called a slab avalanche, could have suddenly collapsed on their tent, causing panic and some of the internal injuries. It might have forced them to cut their way out and flee, getting disoriented in the dark, and ultimately succumbing to hypothermia. It's a plausible theory, but does it explain everything? Does it explain why they fled so far, and why some were so lightly dressed? Or was it something more sinister? Some theories point to a secret Soviet weapons test gone wrong. The area was known for military activity. Could the hikers have witnessed something they weren't supposed to see? This could explain the panic, and even the strange orange spheres that other witnesses reported in the sky around that time. It might also explain the traces of radioactivity found on some of the hikers' clothing. And then there are the more fringe theories. Could they have been attacked by the local Mansi people? Though the investigation found no evidence of this. What about an animal attack? A bear or a wolf? Unlikely, given the lack of external wounds and tracks. Some even whisper about aliens or the Russian Yeti, the mink. These ideas might sound wild, but in a case with so few answers, people will look anywhere for an explanation. Every piece of evidence seems to contradict another. They fled their tent, yet some tried to return. They died from the cold, yet some were barely clothed. They had horrific internal injuries, but no outward signs of a fight. The case was closed, but the mystery of Dyatlov Pass remains wide open. A haunting tale of a night where 9 lives were lost to an unknown terror. For 60 years, the world has been captivated by this enigma. Each theory has its believers and its holes. It's a puzzle where the pieces just don't fit. But what if there's one piece of evidence, one crucial detail overlooked for decades, that changes everything? What if the hikers left behind a final, chilling clue in their own photographs? A clue that points to the true nature of what they encountered on that mountain. And what if that final image is something no one was ever meant to see? What do you think? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries. Thanks for watching.